Greetings from the garden. My name is Ben, and today we're going to look at critter-proofing your garden. Wildlife is wonderful, but not really when it's eating the lettuce you just planted. So let's jump into the garden and we'll get started. First things first, let's keep it real. There is no such thing as a 100% critter-proof garden short of building a bunker, and that's not realistic for any of us. The best that we can do is critter-proof against those critters that will do the most damage based on where we're growing. So if you're growing in the ground, that might be something like rabbits, or if you're growing in containers, that might be something like chipmunks or squirrels. Here's what you'll need. If you're growing in the soil, we're looking for rabbit fencing, which is about 18 to 24 inches high, and a few bamboo stakes. If you're growing in containers, a little cayenne pepper is all you'll need. Quick tip before you get started. A lot of you may already have fencing like this, which is chain link fence, in your yard. It's important to note that this is not rabbit proof. The small guys can slip right through here. We really want something like this, which is true rabbit fencing, and you can notice the size of the holes between the wire is much smaller. So here we are in our new garden space. You can see I've already put our stakes into the ground. They're spaced about 18 to 24 inches apart. This is not an exact science. You don't need to get out the measuring stick. But what is important to note is we're doing this critter proofing and installing the fencing before we plant, because you don't want to run the risk of stepping on your new seedlings or your plant babies. We want to keep them as protected as possible. Quick math tip. Before you head to the garden center, make sure you know how much fencing you'll need to buy. You can see I'm threading the stakes through the fence, and this just helps to keep the fence in place throughout the growing season. I'm also making sure that the fence connects with the ground, because any gap between the fence and the soil is a place where a rabbit could sneak through. Your garden is now critter-proofed and ready for planting. But what if you're planting in containers? Critter-proofing your containers is a cinch. All you'll need is this common household spice, cayenne pepper. You'll just want to do a light dusting over the soil surface. Make sure there isn't a breeze when you do it, because you don't want it to blow back in your face. But the reason we do this is because the critters that are most likely to dig into our soil are things like squirrels and chipmunks when we're working in containers. They use their nose to decide where they're going to dig, and if they get a face full of cayenne pepper, they're never coming back. Also, don't worry, the pepper won't harm your plants or change the flavor of any of your produce. So we hope you see how easy it is to get started with critter-proofing your garden space, whether you're growing in the ground or in a container. And we'll see you next time, and happy gardening.